Dajahao, my name is Garrick, and welcome back to Taiwan, Hawaii. So I wasn't planning on doing another market meals video so soon, but I have somehow found myself with an excess of lettuce in my refrigerator that I need to use up. And how do you use up lettuce when you're in an Asian country? If you said lettuce cups, you are correct. So we're gonna buy some ground beef, and we're gonna make some lettuce cups for dinner. See you then. Okay, so I lied a bit. We are not doing ground beef lettuce cups, we are doing ground pork lettuce cups. I did get here pretty late, it's close to 1 o'clock, so some of the stalls are starting to close down already. And there are far fewer ground beef stalls than there are ground pork stalls, as I think I mentioned before. But hey, no great loss, ground pork is tasty as well, and twice as cheap. So we're gonna have a very tasty dinner tonight. See you then. Alright folks, it's later in the evening. The intense heat from the day is starting to calm down. I think it's time to make some lettuce cups. As always, get the ingredients out first. We have our 100 NTD of ground pork. We have an onion that I picked up for 15 NTD. We have that leftover lettuce. And this is a bit of a clean out the fridge night, so I'm using up the last of my garlic and my last 3 eggs, as well as some rice vinegar and salt for seasoning. As always, produce comes first, so we are going to chop off the butt of our lettuce, like so. Peel the leaves off the central stalks, get them into nice individual pieces. Wash them off in the sink because the insides of lettuces can get quite dirty. Once you've drained all the water off, they go back in the fridge to keep nice and cool. Next up, garlic. We've done this a million times before. Take them out of the bulbs, smush them with the knife to get them out of their skins, chop them up into nice, fine pieces. Alright, garlic's all done. Just need to scrape it into our bowl here. Next up, onion time. And yes, we are using the whole onion because we have a lot of pork to work with. So first thing, we just want to cut off the ends like so. Flip it around like so. And of course, we got to peel all that outer skin off, get to the juicy flesh underneath. It's always a bit of a crapshoot how many layers in the onion you need to go down before you reach the actual tasty part. So just take it by ear, go until the tough, woody, plant-like outer skin gives way to the juicy flesh underneath. And cut off all the bad spots you see, because those are no bueno. My eyes are starting to sting already, but that's fine. This is fine. We will get through it. Alright, once your onion is peeled, just want to chop it in half like so. Then you put each of those halves on the ground, make them stable, and just to make it easier, we're going to chop each of them in half as well. So you should have 4 quarters of onion, nice and stable on the ground. And then you just want to chop them up to whatever desired size of onion piece you would like. I'm going to dice mine pretty small, but not like minuscule. I'm going to be mixing this in with the ground pork, and it's all going to cook together. So I do want like recognizable chunks of onion in there, and oh god, my eyes, help! Help my eyes! Remember to work like a lever when you're chopping. use momentum and stuff. Oh god, I can't see! Oh no! Once you get that first even chop done, it gets a lot easier. You can just like cut this huge pile of onion into whatever size you want. And the pieces are not going to be uniform, that is okay. It's going to be delicious either way. Yeah, raw onion, not tasty. Look at that. That is a huge amount of onion there. But we're dealing with a large amount of pork, so I think this is going to turn out pretty well. Let's mix it in and see. So, may have cut up too much onion. This isn't even all the onion, look at that. Yeah, I've got to take some out, jeez. Okay, so yeah, one whole onion, probably too much for this amount of pork. It's gonna be a very oniony sort of pork lettuce cup. I think that's okay. Just gotta mash it all together. As always, make sure you wash your hands before handling and after handling raw meat, because that stuff is gross. Don't forget a generous sprinkle of salt, get things nice and tasty. Yeah, I'd say that looks about where I want it. And we're just gonna take the rest of that onion, put them in a container real quick. Bear with me. Don't forget to wash as you go, wash as you go, wash as you go. Don't forget to wash as you go, it makes your life so easy. Next up, the eggs. We're just gonna make a nice little scrambled egg to go with our lettuce cups. Let's see if I can crack this bad boy one-handed. No, I cannot. Give me one sec. Alright, so cracking eggs one-handed is not a skill of mine. Good to know, so be it. Just gonna put in a little pinch of salt, a little splash of rice wine vinegar. Whisk, whisk, whisk. Whisk, whisk, whisk. Whisk, whisk, whisk. Whisk, whisk, whisk. And that is gonna be a nice little scrambled egg. Hooray! Alright, everything is prepped, everything is ready to go. It is time we start cooking. Which is good, because I'm getting pretty hungry. Start with the heat on low for safety. Add a little glug of oil. Wait for it to get nice and hot. Once it's looking good, turn up to low medium. And add your aromatics first, in our case garlic, so it can flavor the whole dish as it cooks. Listen to that sizzle. That's how you know we're in good hands, people. Might have put in a bit too much oil. There's enough in there that it's starting to fry the garlic as opposed to saute it. Not sure that's what I want, but I guess that could be tasty. I guess we'll see. For now, though, that looks ready to put in some pork, so let's do that safely if possible. Perfect transplant. Right away, start moving it around with your spatula. Get it nice and broken up. We want very tiny little pieces of ground pork, not big pork patties when all is said and done. You want to get it into as flat a layer as you can so it browns evenly. No, stuff at the top staying raw while stuff at the bottom gets burnt. So you want to mix it up a bit until it's, it all gets to the same consistency, it gets small enough that it all browns evenly. So you just want to keep working it a bit, not constantly, but enough that all the surface area is covered. It's starting to get the right shade of gray. I'm turning the heat up to medium, maybe a little medium-high, to make sure it all cooks fast. And definitely keep an eye to make sure none of it's raw once you're done, because the last thing you want is raw pork in your lettuce cup. This is hard to stir without bits of onion falling out. I may have overfilled the pan just a bit, but we will survive. Take this time to wash the bowl the raw pork was in. We can reuse it. This is good. The pork juices are starting to bubble up from below. That's how you know it's getting done. Adding a splash of rice vinegar, because I think it needs a little more seasoning. Alright, heat is off. I think this bad boy is done. Let's get it back into the bowl that we washed and dried, so it's clear of that raw pork grossness. I poured some of the pork juices back into the pan because I think those will make our eggs even tastier. So pan on low, eggs go in, and I want my curds pretty loose when all is said and done, so I am going to be stirring pretty constantly. If you want like a more solid block of scrambled egg, then Just wait in between stirring to let the eggs coagulate. And I'm gonna keep stirring, and as you can see, it's forming these tiny little curds that are more easily spreadable on top of a lettuce roll. Lettuce cup. Why did I say lettuce roll? I have no idea. Alright, that is looking nice and done. So we killed the heat. We're gonna scrape it onto our plate. Or just flop it. Yeah, flop it, baby. Woo! You know, not to toot my own horn too hard, but those are some damn good looking scrambled eggs. And just like that, dinner is ready. So I've made myself a little plate, scrambled eggs, ground pork, lettuce cups, and a spoon to put them all together. And there we have it, the results of a hard night's work. I am so excited to eat this, you have no idea. Let's dig in. Well, that's just delightful. You could use maybe a little more salt. I should have probably went out and bought soy sauce before making this video. That's on me. It's still very good though. The pork is unctuous. You have the sweetness from the onions and the tang from the rice vinegar. And I think the rice vinegar is what really brings it all together. It gives it this pop of flavor that's just so intriguing. Hi, so quick update from the future. I got soy sauce. Behold my new and improved lettuce cup setup. As you can see, the pork is darker from the soy sauce. I've also put in some garlic roasted peanuts for a little extra oomph. Those are gonna be tasty. And something tells me just from looking at this that it's going to be even better, so I'm gonna dig in right away. Okay, new and improved pork lettuce cup in 3, 2, 1. Motherfucker, that's good. Please, me from the future, remember to bleep that out in post. That is just on another level. There is such a punch from the soy, but it's not too overpowering. The peanuts, obviously a great addition, great crunch, just a bit of spice from the curry powder. And the little mild sweet egg on top is like the perfect counterbalance. So the lesson here is when you're making lettuce cups, season your pork with more than just salt. You will be grateful for it. Oh my god! Okay, that's enough from me. I now return you to your regularly scheduled present. Cheers. You can obviously customize these however you want. You can add different things to the pork mixture, put different things on top. As long as the flavors all go together, you're guaranteed a good time. Alright, I am starving, I am tired of waiting, so I'm gonna end this video here and dig into my delicious dinner. So once again, thank you all so much for joining me at Taiwan Lao Wai. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe, smash the bell, share with your friends, all that good stuff, whatever you want. And as always, I will see you next time. 再见. Bye bye!